And it looks like he could be playing to his biggest strength, charming the media. First came the New York Times report that he is in talks to provide shows for Netflix. According to the Times, he's in advanced negotiations with Netflix to produce a series of high-profile shows that will provide him a global platform. The proposed plan is for Netflix to pay Barack and Michelle both for exclusive content. And according to the Times' anonymous source, or as they say, people familiar with the discussions, they're not going to be just bashing on Trump, but instead focusing on storytelling. The Times quotes former advisor Eric Schultz as saying, "President and Mrs. Obama have always believed in the power of storytelling to inspire," which is hilarious to me because, boy, did Obama tell some stories when he was in office. You can keep your doctor. We're gonna end wars and stop bombing people. He's a grand storyteller, all right. The Times article says Obama could be a moderator on a show with guests talking about issues, or he could be making documentaries. It was all kind of vague, none of it hard news, so it came off as kind of speculative. But then came this news. Netflix just announced a new member to their board of directors, and it's none other than Susan Rice, as in the former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations and National Security Advisor under Obama. As in, the woman who got caught helping Obama spy on private citizens whose communications the government had hoovered up incidentally during the 2016 election. In other words, the woman who helped Obama spy on Trump. She is now going to be on the Netflix board of directors, making those rumors about Obama going to Netflix look pretty solid.
Well, it's happened. First of all, Susan Rice was added to the board of directors at Netflix. You remember Susan Rice, right?
What sparked the recent violence was the airing on the internet of a very hateful, very offensive video that has offended many people around the world.
Okay, I'm sure you remember that. That was Susan Rice, sent out by the Obama team to 5 different Sunday shows to blame the Benghazi terror attack on a video. We now know not true.
Next, the Obamas are signed with Netflix and a $50 million deal. This angered many people who've decided to boycott Netflix over the Obamas deal. The intent of the boycott was to convince others to not sign up for their service, and if you were a subscriber, then cancel your membership immediately. As shown in the video clip at the beginning, people see the Obamas for what they are and they don't like it one bit. Well, the boycott has been successful, verified by Netflix last night during their earnings report. Their stock plummeted 14% in after-hours trading because they only took in about half the subscribers this past quarter that they were counting on. The headlines say it all. Netflix reports weaker than expected number of new subscribers. Netflix shares tank after big miss on subscriber growth. Netflix stock slammed after earnings as subscriber growth and revenue fall short. Netflix shares plunge in after-hours trade after forecast miss. Netflix drops dud on Wall Street as subscriber growth flops. And one more. Netflix plunges after slowdown threatens high flyer status. I would like to remind all of you about this undeserving elitist "I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine" stuff when Chelsea Clinton, who NBC News hired fresh out of college for $600,000 a year. Was it because of her history of groundbreaking, earth-shattering work as a professional journalist? No! It was so NBC could have unfettered access to Hillary, who they just knew was going to be the next president. Was she a success there? No! She did 1 or 2 puff pieces and was laughed at for her inability to do that well. She then resigned and went over to the Clinton Foundation, where Mommy and Daddy paid her $900,000 a year. I know, you think I'm getting off point, and what does this have to do with Netflix, you ask? It is because Netflix, NBC News, and even Amazon, who hired Jay Carney, Obama's former press secretary, do not care if they are a good fit, talented, or even useful to their company's success. It's all about access to their mom, their dad, or their former bosses. It is for this very reason I support boycotts of any company who forego and neglect the real, talented, dedicated, hardworking people out there who deserve to be hired by these companies because they have a history of success or their education to actually deserve these positions. Does anyone actually believe that these three stooges will help to produce good quality, honest entertainment for all of us? Or is it more likely that it will be more partisan garbage? And if their history means anything to anyone, it will not be truthful, entertaining, or even helpful to the country. So I say keep up the good fight. Keep putting pressure on these companies by spending your money elsewhere. I am a huge proponent of the free open market, and when customers vote with their wallet, it forces these companies to deliver the best product and service they can. It is good for you, it is good for me, and it is good for them. You all have a great day, and don't forget to like this video, and also please click on the subscriber button so you can hear me ramble on some more.